here are a few helpful tips and tricks to deal with conflict now. So the first thing is acknowledge that there is conflict going on. Because sometimes we live in the, I don't know, I don't recognize it, it's not there. And that just sparks it to develop and grow into something worse, which then later on blows up, right? So first step, acknowledge that there is conflict out loud. Whether it's within your team, whether it's between you and another person, between two teams, as soon as it's brought into light, it's open to solve. Secondly, take a moment to calm down. Not the 24 hours, not 5 hours. Take 5 or 10 minutes, go outside, smoke a cigarette, drink a cup of coffee, it doesn't matter. You need to start regulating your physical triggers, right? You need to take a breath, collect yourself. Secondly, communicate with intent. What does that mean? It means do not just verbally vomit anything that comes to your mind when disagreeing with someone, right? If you're in conflict, say, I feel, be concise, be clear about what you're thinking, how you're feeling, and why you're reacting. Do not go and stand there and try to do the issue linkage of, you know, in 2019, you did this, this, and this, and this. And then in 2020, it happened again. And the whole throughout 2021, and now we're in 2022, and you never solved the solution. Communicate with intent. Handle the now. Then, as good as you communicate, you need to start actively listening. What does active listening mean? That means being still in your mind and not automatically think of a reply to everything that person says. So when they say, I feel neglected, you shouldn't immediately think of your defense to go, the thing is, I'm always busy, blah, 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 blah. No. Actively listen. Why do they feel neglected? Is it a specific behavior? Is it something that you might have said? Is it a pattern that has erupted because, you know, you guys get busy? Listen actively and do not listen to formulate a defense to what they're saying. Then, after you've talked, you've listened, take a break to process. We all know when emotions are running high, feelings start flowing, your mind starts racing, and everything becomes an issue. Everything is a war. Take a moment to take a step back, process effectively what has happened, okay? And then come back, talk it through. I know it sounds time consuming, but the more you practice these simple steps, the easier it gets, right? And like I've been saying the whole time, speak from the I. As soon as you speak from the I, you're not attacking the person, you're speaking about how the action affected you. And it allows them to understand why you're feeling the way you feel. And then lastly, do not blame and use definitive words. Those hot button words, you never, you always, you're such a this, you're such a that. Great. So as I said, it takes time to practice these skills. It takes time to implement these things effectively. So for the time being, I want you guys to take a step back, take a deep breath, and let's check out. So why are we doing the checkout? Like we created awareness in the beginning that you are going to start this learning journey and you had to get mentally prepared. I want you to be able to mentally walk away from the training now, to take a break and start processing everything that's happened. So again, how are you leaving? If you entered distracted or sad, how are you feeling now? Has anything triggered you throughout this conflict management course? Maybe a style, maybe a reflective question. How are you leaving? Then, what would you like to explore further about conflict management? And what do you plan on doing about it? The reason why I'm asking this is it's so important to not only have this theoretical knowledge and understanding, but learning how to put this in practice and challenging yourself to grow, to develop. Because if you yourself do not take ownership of this, no one else will.